We are here to talk about EazyML, a machine learning platform that, as its name says, is very easy and democratizes machine learning for everyone. So let's say you are a mid-level manager in a large enterprise with many direct reports. Come time for quarterly reviews, it becomes difficult for you to remember who did what during the quarter and rate your employees accurately. Wish you had an intelligent machine that could learn from your spreadsheet of previous ratings, become smart, understand how you work, and then predict the ratings of your employees for subsequent quarters. So for instance, it would read from your what we call training data. Let me share that with you. Something like this. You enter your spreadsheet where you have the deals the employee has worked on, how many on time, the value of these deals, previous performance evaluation, what are the customer feedbacks, is he a team worker or not, how responsive is the employee, so on and so forth. And at last is the employee evaluation rating that you would like it to have. So this is the training data where the machine is learning how to predict employee evaluation based on these various inputs that you see before. Once the machine is up and running and it has learned your environment from this training data, its future predictions for subsequent quarters would be objective, accurate, and take a big load off your shoulders. We can look at another such use case to see how this machine is a general intelligent machine. Here's another one. Let's say in this case, you are a sales lead who wants to assign sales quota for the employees in your organization. Again, wish you had an intelligent machine that would learn your environment from various input variables, right? Like quarter, year, employee name, ID, previous sales in millions of dollars, how well the employee understands product, customer skills of the employee, years in service, region served, whether or not they met their sales quota. And this is what you're trying to predict. What sales figure should I assign to each of the employees in my organization, to each of the salespersons in my organization, so that they have a good chance of meeting it? So once the machine learns from this training data, because you are training it by these numbers that you have assigned of various employees for previous quarters, it then understands and starts to predict what quota you should assign for future quarters. The sales figures would be realistic, setting your organization for success. You get the picture, right? An intelligent machine could automate many of your onerous tasks in the enterprise, freeing you up for creative, higher value-added work. EazyML, a machine learning platform, is here to do exactly that for you, something you can do by yourself. It's so easy. Let's see how. We are going to assume that this is your Excel spreadsheet with your training data. Obviously, you have the descriptive names of these predictors here. They mean something to you. We don't know them, so we've assigned generic names to these predictors or input variables. Input 1, input 2, input 3, input 4, input 5, and so on and so forth. And last input to your prediction machine is input 15. And here's what you're trying to predict, or here's what you're training the machine to predict, the outcome in column P. And since this is your training data, you've populated with what the right prediction ought to be. As you can scroll down and you see you have populated the values that you think the outcome should be. The machine will obviously use this to understand how you predict and then become smart enough to replicate you for future predictions. You wouldn't have to struggle through 300 rows and fill in the values yourself. Automation, right? Notice another important thing here. Some of these variables, like this one, is continuous. It takes all decimal values. For that matter, even this one, it takes all integer values. But others, like this one, is discrete. It takes only 3 different values here: satisfactory, poor, and good. So you can have both types, categorical and continuous variables. Okay, so let's see how your machine works to do this for you. EazyML platform is fairly simple web portal, accessible via your favorite browser, in this case Google Chrome. Sign on to it with a single sign-on. You're logged in, there you are. It's a very self-explanatory, very easy machine learning platform. So we'll first train the machine. It says upload your training data, right? All right, but let's go upload the training data. We'll choose the file. This is our training data, the one we just saw with the inputs. And the machine is on its way. It's cleansing your data, normalizing it, getting it ready for the machine to ingest. Aha, stops here and says, hey, what is it that you're trying to predict from all these variables that you have? Now we know that we had labeled column P as outcome. That's what we want the machine to learn how to predict. So there we go. We selected that. We'll skip this of plotting and visualization in the interest of time. Lo and behold, the upload and the cleansing of the data, training data, has been done. Let's continue. Yes, we want to build the model now so that the machine can actually be intelligent enough to predict. There it goes on its way again. Building models, evaluating various models, seeing which ones is able to encode your environment the best or making most accurate predictions. And so we'll see which machine is being recommended for your environment for prediction. So a variety of statistical models machine learning has built. The one that wins is support vector classifier. It's got the most accurate predictions. So that's what the machine is suggesting be used to make your predictions. All right, cool. Not only that, this is the beauty of this EazyML. Remember, it's easy, so it must be transparent. It tells you what were the importance of your various inputs, how influential they were in predicting your outcome. So the most important one was input 3, followed closely by input 6, and then a big drop to input variable 4, and so on and so forth. Okay, thanks machine for explaining that. Model built, machine's ready. Let's go and do some prediction now. All right, so it says, do you want to continue to build the model tool? Yes, we do. So it says upload your file for which you want the values to be predicted. And this is the file we're going to upload. Now notice here, you still have your input variables, input 1, input 2, input 3, input 4, and so on and so forth, all the way to input 15, but you do not have the values of the outcome specified, blanks. Why? Because now the machine is intelligent enough, support vector machine, remember, and it is going to predict these values for you. So this is a new data that has come in for the next fiscal year, quarter, or whatever, and the machine, you want the machine to fill in the right values and column. Okay, cool. All right, so let's upload this data and have the machine predict. Yes, please, let's upload. We'll choose the file. And like we saw, we'll do this guy, test data. And lo and behold, the machine's predicted. So if you go now, remember these inputs? Input 1, input 2, input 3, all the same thing, all the way to input 15. And the outcome now has been predicted. That's pretty neat. It would be nice if we could understand why the machine made some of these predictions, right? So let's go understand one. Remember, we said the machine's transparent, right? Let's go understand why the machine made some of these predictions that it did, so that we better understand what's going through its mind when it's making these predictions. You know what? I'm going to look at this last one. Let's say we pick this 5th data record, and with input 1, input 2, input 3, 21.22, and all these various values. And we want to understand why the machine predicted poor. Well, let's select Y. And here's the transparent machine telling you input 6 was the most important in my consideration for predicting an outcome of poor, followed by input 5, and so on and so forth. See, not only has it accurately predicted your work, it's also explaining you why it made those predictions transparent. Such is the beauty of EazyML platform. Use it to predict your work. Thanks.